done. There we go. Okay,
This is Rendezvous with the Ramey family. The girls and I are a throuple on board our Alberg 30 Liberty Car. We're exploring the West Coast and all the Channel Islands. This is Chapter 1. We're dropping our hooks in all the cool spots as we save up every penny to move on board our forever boat. Welcome aboard. What's up, guys? We're heading to Scorpion Anchorage, which is off Santa Cruz Island, and we're going to shove off a little bit later on when the wind starts to pick up. I do want to get my sails up. Last time I went to Scorpion Anchorage, I went without my son, and I brought both girls, but we did a lot of motoring, and that's a shame. I really want to get the sails up and get her underway the proper way. So that's the objective today, and I got some stuff I need to do that I'm going to breeze right through. Do got to get some breakfast in me. There's a place I never skip, Hollywood Beach Cafe. Always eat there. That place is pretty awesome.
This is the best chilaquiles in probably the whole world. That's French toast, dude.
So we got to do all of our pre-departure checks.
That is exactly full.
All of our pre-departure inspections. Check them. Have a little bit of a safety brief. After 11:30, it might be a little bit worth our time. It's heading directly from the west. That's where we need to go. So that's going to be, we're going to be coming off of we're going to be beating up wind. Temperature looks reasonable. And of course, I got to take the massively overlooked but never underappreciated comfy dump. I don't know if anybody's ever had to go number 2 underway, but it's not a good time. The boat's really, really rolly, even at anchor sometimes. So if you're going to chop some butt lumber, it goes into the head down below deck. It rolls around. It could roll right back down to that pipe. It could roll right back into you. You never know. In that situation, it often turns into what I call a spooky dookie because you have no idea what happened to that thing. It's just gone sometimes. Pretty sure you threw the old black pickle in there. So every marina has a nice bathroom. So before you shove off, you always want to take a very last minute comfy dump. You want to take it in the comfort of a nice stationary toilet. When the wind picks up, we're going to take off. As I pulled the halyard for the main and tried to raise her, she was pretty quickly fouled on the lazy jacks. It took me a little bit to find the issue, but I found it nonetheless.
Yeah, the lazy jack line.
I had to go forward and jiggle the lazy jacks loose off the head of the mainsail. Easy enough, but it was a rookie mistake. And those are easy to make when you're in a boat you're still trying to get familiar with. Lazy jack line shouldn't go up and be pulled tight until you're about to drop the main. At least it's that way on my boat. And that's a lesson I just learned right here. Now it was time to unfurl the headsail. And just like the mainsail, the headsail got fouled pretty quickly too. This time it was fouled on the starboard fender. I also noticed that the head sail's not unfurling all the way. And even though I'm pulling this jib sheet pretty tight, it's not budging, which means there's obviously another line foul. So we checked the outhaul line, and sure enough it was knotted up and jammed and fouled at the fair lead about mid-ship on the port side. So I fixed that too. All of these could have been avoided, and honestly I could have skimmed over all of this while I'm editing this video here. But I want to show you the learning curve a bit, and I rarely see YouTube channels show all the hard work that goes into just putting your sails up and putting them back. They usually just show the glamour shots, but this is a fairly typical sail experience for me, especially since I'm pretty new at this.
Okay. So I think the closest point of sail.
Now I know I said I wanted to go back to Scorpion anchorage and do it under sail power, but I only said that because my son was in earshot. What I'm really doing here is fairly simple. I'm trying my best to show Logan a great time. I want him to fall in love with sailing the way I have because I want him to choose to come with me. A lot of parents say the moment their child moves out and starts their adult life is a bittersweet thing.
There you go. Now put it up to the part up there.
But what I want as a father is to actually have my son stay with me, on board the Forever Boat, have all these adventures with me as a young man, to see the world before he starts his career path or settles down. I wanted to really be there as he sees it all, and I wanted to be the one to show him all those things. So it's going to be important for him to fall in love with this and see this as an opportunity. He's 16 here, and by the time my island packet or my Forever Boat is finished, he'll be an adult, and I can't force him one way or the other. So today's goal really isn't Scorpion anchorage so much as it's reading his face and body language and making sure he's having a good time and not a bad time.
Okay, that's a nice...
These patches are awesome.
Huh?
These patches are awesome.
Yeah, they don't, like, you cannot get seasick out here. I mean, the sea's not really bad out here.
You feel uneasy, but that's about it.
Yeah, that'll even go away after a while, too.
Plus, I just get to spend some time with my son, whatever he chooses.
So that's actually Anacapa Island, I think, Anacapa. And Santa Cruz Island is the one over there. And that's where we're trying to go. But that's exactly where the wind is coming from. So we're just gonna tack right into this thing. We're gonna beat up wind all the way to Scorpion anchorage. So I think what I'll do is maybe when I get on the other side of this oil rig that's out here, I'm gonna miss the obstruction zone just a little bit. And once I'm clear of the obstruction zone, I'm gonna head due north and cut up wind for probably 2 hours. For 2 hours. And now, so I'll cut up wind for 2 hours, and then a nice broad reach port tack, hopefully, as long as it doesn't shift on me. And then once we're pretty clear of Santa Cruz Island, just to the north of it, we would tack 90 degrees off of that and just hopefully finish up this last leg. So that's the game plan.
there we saw dolphins.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're out there. Look at them. Oh, look at them. Lots of dolphins. You ready to tack? We're gonna have to tack on the other side of this. Oh, we go.
Oh yeah, I see him.
I don't know if you can see these guys.
Right there. Huh? Like 20 or...
Oh shit! Jumping out of the water. Where? I just saw him. Oh wow! Look at this. Did they just hit the boat?
I don't think
They just
so.
hit the boat. I just felt them under my feet. Wow.
That was like a good 20, 30 dolphins.
Huh?
That was like 20 or 30 of them.
Yeah, had to be.
I think that was it.
So far, everything on this day sail with my son was going just as I hoped. The weather was great, the sea state was calm, and the pods of dolphins swimming by the boat made me feel like the gods of the sea also wanted my boy to have a good day too. The only thing I had to do now was continue on my northern heading until I could tack back towards the island at a better angle. All I really got to do is make sure the coast is clear by checking for traffic and other boats. Then I need to increase my speed just before I make that tack back towards the west. Easy enough. But, right about that time, Logan decided to go down below deck and check his phone. A rookie mistake. Being below deck before you give your equilibrium a chance to adjust is almost begging for seasickness. As a matter of fact, that usually induces seasickness in less than a minute with most people. Losing sight of the horizon is not the move to make. After we had tacked back towards Scorpion Anchorage, Logan had come back to the cockpit, having spent way too much time below deck and looking down at his phone. Within minutes, he was quiet, sleepy, and breathing through his nose way more than normal, all of which are indicators of the first stages of seasickness.
We're heading back to the east, or we're heading back towards the coast here. So we turned around. I don't think we're going to make, I mean, we could make the anchorage before sundown, which is preferable, but Logie Bear's not feeling it. He's getting a little bit seasick, and it is what it is. He can be more comfortable in the slip. We still got a great day sailing, little day sail, which is nice. So you fighting the seasickness?
Yeah.
You still got your patch on?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Logie Bear is battling with seasickness right now. We have a kind of a pretty decent beam reach, somewhere between a beam and a broad reach right now. We're going to turn back, head to the slip. If we keep going this way, the wind's going to pick up, and all we're going to do is get to an anchorage where it's going to be super rolly all night. And I want Logan to have a good time. I don't want to
I don't want to turn him off of sailing.
Radio check, radio check, radio check.
I really wanted to show my son Santa Cruz Island, Scorpion Anchorage in particular. I had such a good time with the girls last time I was there. And I really wanted to spend the night with him over there, showing him an even better time once we were at anchor. But at what cost? If he was throwing up and vomiting or passed out unconscious during the day, it really kind of defeats the purpose. I knew the goal today was to make sure my son had a great time, not necessarily get to the island. I knew the move was to head back to the slip.
Seasickness patches are awesome, but as the day went on, he started getting drowsier and drowsier, which is a sign of seasickness, but it's also a side effect of that patch. And he started not feel good. He got nauseous, and now he can barely stay awake. Like, he can barely stay awake. So I think he's. I actually think he's reacting very poorly to the seasickness patch. The sea state was not as bad as I've seen. Not nearly. It was actually a really nice sea state. We had a good breeze, calm seas. So for him to get like this leads me to believe that it's the seasickness medication that he's got on his neck. So I had him take it off about 2 hours ago. But I'm just going to get him back in the slip. I'm glad we turned around now. Yeah, I mean, look, he's out. So that's super concerning to me. So I got to get back in the slip and just wake him up and make him feel better. I just can't do anything much more for him except let him sleep until I'm back in the slip. So it's good we turned around when we did. He was deteriorating quickly.
Maybe Logan will look back on this trip and remember the dolphins. Or maybe he'll look back on this trip and remember how terrible it was to be seasick. Only time's gonna tell. But honestly, if you're gonna fall in love with sailing, you gotta fall in love with both of it. It's a really big mixed bag. There's a lot of good with the bad on a boat. Sailing will teach you that sometimes you gotta go through stuff you don't like to get to the things you love. The bad stuff will build character. And honestly, going through some hard things together will make you closer. The good stuff will build memories. The good stuff will make you fall in love with it. I hope Logan Bear understands that one day.